Hi everyone, good afternoon. Sarah Pacaro, and I made a post earlier today about supply to a narcissist. You are their source of supply, and they're kind of like the cord that they plug into, kind of like an outlet. You're the outlet, you are the power source, and they need you, and they're the plug. So they plug into different people or different things for different reasons. So today we're going to talk about the traits of supply when you've been in a relationship with a toxic, unhealthy person, aka a narcissist. So what are some of the traits that a narcissist will target? I saw myself in many of these, but I didn't know it then until after being with a narcissist and having my world and life turned upside down. So what are traits that a narcissist will target? Well, the narcissists can be men and women. It's not a gender thing, and they're very, very calculating at who they choose as their victim or the next source or form of supply. So here are a list of attributes that victims will portray. So as you all know, the first one is empaths. Narcissists love empaths, and empaths and narcissists are like magnets because empaths are very self-sacrificing. They love to share, they love to give, and the narcissist loves to take. So naturally, a very good match. So if you're wondering, am I an empath or an empathetic person, you can Google it. A quick Google search will probably reveal your answer, and you go, yep, okay, I think I'm an empath. And know that, first of all, awareness and knowing that about yourself is huge. And kind of knowing what you're experiencing and what you're going through. It's not a bad thing to be an empath, but know that that does make you more likely and susceptible to end up being a victim of narcissistic abuse because you're so self-sacrificing, because you're so giving, you're so loving, and you're so willing to share. It's really difficult for empaths to establish boundaries because they think that that's a bad or negative thing, establishing a boundary, because oftentimes a boundary means saying no and not sharing and not giving, and that just feels so natural for empaths. So the next one is codependents. Most empaths and codependents, most people have and share these qualities. So codependent, again, wants to make everyone happy, and they need love and approval from a partner, and they need this constant validation too. That's why most codependents will say, am I the narcissist? Because you feel the same needs and you have the same voids as a narcissist. So they need the love of a partner, need the validation of a partner, and narcissists can spot codependents in a crowd. I didn't know that. I had no idea that I was codependent in many, many ways after my first marriage ended. And then got into a relationship with another narcissist, and now I know, I was like this wounded, bleeding, open fish in the sea, and he smelled me like a shark and just came after him, and I fell for it. It was the trap. So they also love people with low self-esteem. Not having the courage to speak up. If you have really low self-esteem, you don't have the courage to speak up for yourself. You don't have the courage to say, hey, that's not right, when someone does something wrong or abuses you, whether it's emotionally, mentally, spiritually, unfortunately, physically. You'll notice that if you experience that kind of abuse, you don't say anything. And you oftentimes end up protecting the abuser, and that's what gets you in that trauma bond, that Stockholm syndrome. And this makes you a great target if you have really low self-esteem. So that's why one of the things that we work on is really increasing your self-esteem so that you can stand up for yourself and this abuse. This was my second narcissist. They love people who are divorced and lonely. I had just gotten out of a separation from the man I was married to when the second narcissist made his way into my world. I wasn't even divorced yet. It was 3 weeks separated. I was lonely. I was new out of a relationship. They love this because your self-esteem is really low. At this point, the victim is very vulnerable. And when you're vulnerable, you have this need, this want, this void that you want to be loved again, or the belief that you are going to be alone forever. And you've just come out of a relationship, and breakups hurt. Heartbreak is painful. So they love this because you have this feeling of wanting to be loved again, and the narcissist comes in with their love bombing and just completely berates you. That's exactly what a narcissist pretends to do. They pretend to be so loving in the beginning stages of the relationship with them. So watch out. They love people who are newly divorced and or lonely, or both. They also love people pleasers. People pleasers love to fix and heal everyone. They often give to others and not to themselves. And this narcissist at that source of supply that plugs in, they plug into people pleasers because you're very happy and willing to give them everything that they want. So if you're a people pleaser, you're a narcissist magnet as well. Intelligence. This is another one. A lot of women that I connect with say, I don't get it. I'm a very smart woman. I'm educated. I do really well in my career, in my field. I do well in all other areas of my life. I'm not stupid. They love intelligent people. And I thought this, well, maybe I'm just stupid. I didn't see the signs. No, they love intelligent people. They love people who are bright. They love people who are on their game. It's more fun for them. It ups the ante in the game. It's like going to another level. They're not any longer playing on level 1, 2, and 3, which are kind of slow and boring. Now it's more of a challenge because maybe you are very bright and intelligent. And so now when they find you and they see these other qualities in you, they're now playing at level 10. How cool is that? Because the reward for winning is greater. So they love people who are intelligent because how fun is it to destroy and break down someone who has been successful? A lot of times they use your strengths and qualities to go into business together to develop these very successful things that you become so closely knit with the narcissist and then destroy you. If you have a good work ethic, they target you because they know that you will be very, very good at fulfilling their needs efficiently. You're not going to slack and let things go. You are going to work hard. You're going to be driven, motivated, and that's a bigger challenge for them. So they also love intelligent people. They love people who are dependable. Victims who are dependable are a great source for the narcissist because you will always be there for them. They can depend on you to be their source of supply, to fulfill their needs. They will depend on you because you're not, say you have kids together, you're not going to let the kids go, and you're not going to go off and do what they do and just completely negate the kids and let the house go. You are dependable, and they like this because you're easier to plug in to while they go off and do their other thing with their other sources of supply. They love people who are nurturing. If you are this type of person, a narcissist gets very, very excited because they want to be cared for. This part of their wound, this part of what created their narcissistic traits is that they lack nurturing, but it's the thing that they want, need, and crave the most. So they love nurturers and nurturing people. They love fixers because fixers think, and I thought this too, guilty, they think that if you can love them enough, you can fix them. My ex-narcissist shared horror stories of his childhood, and I thought, oh my God, but you're such an amazing, wonderful person. I will love you enough. I will show you how lovable and amazing you are. So they love fixers because they identify this quality within their victims very early on, and while they don't think that they have an issue, they know that you will continue to take the abuse because you will continue to try to fix them. It's such a sick, twisted way, but it's part of their supply chain. So they love fixers. They love trusting. You are a trusting person, you are most likely a very, very good victim for them because you easily trust what they say. You trust the gaslighting, the manipulation, and you are easy and quick to turn the finger on yourself and say, maybe it's me. Maybe they're right. And then you will change that about yourself because you trust them. You trust what they say. So they take that trust and they rip it and shred it into pieces, as you know if you've been with one. But they love and go after trusting people. They love people who have a really difficult time setting boundaries. No boundary making skills is what we call it. A narcissist begins in the very, very beginning to slowly test your boundaries. That's why the abuse doesn't come right out of the gate. That's why it starts with the love bombing phase, because they're seeing how far they can push the boundaries, and then the devaluing and the discarding. They slowly start to test your boundaries, and the easier you give in, the better the supply you are for them. So if you are kind, loving, forgiving, hopeful, caring, trusting, if you have a beautiful soul and you're a fixer and an empath, they love this because it makes it really easy for them. So here's the thing. There are about 6% of the population, studies say, of people who are diagnosed narcissists, but there's a whole spectrum. It goes from mild to severe. It doesn't matter who you're with, and where they are in that spectrum. If you have been impacted by them, there is a reason why you ended up in this relationship. There is something to learn about yourself, something that you need to heal, a wound that's unhealed within you that has led you to this type of relationship. So none of these qualities are bad. Obviously, it's good to connect with other people, to be dependable, to be motivated, intelligent, trustworthy, and kind. They're all really good qualities, but in the hands of being a supply for narcissists are not good. So if you have been in a relationship with one and you're looking for a way to heal, really get to know yourself better so that you don't rinse and repeat, and if you're out of this relationship, get into another one, because I almost guarantee next one will be worse than the first one because you didn't learn your lesson the first time. That was my experience anyway, and the experience of many people that I work with. So I hope this video helps you. Go in and Google any of those things, empath, codependent. There's lots of resources out there, but the best resource is you. So going within yourself, healing from within yourself, understanding what experiences that you have personally had and those beliefs that you developed about yourself early on in life that have now led you to this place where you are in your adult life. And that is what I help you do. If you're looking for that, I would love to reach out to connect with you. So thank you guys. Know that if you're any of these things, I'm lots of these things, it's not a bad thing. It's only bad in the hands of a narcissist. So you want to keep yourself out of those hands. Ugh, they're not fun hands to be in, I promise you. So thank you guys. Please like, love, share, and comment. I love connecting with you and helping you along your journey to healing from this. Thanks you.